Dear friends, 2023 was a year of great suffering for children around the world. Children victims of war, children displaced, children losing their families, their right to education, their lives, children victims of violence in all settings, and losing everything they know and keep them safe. Last year was a test for us as human beings to work collaboratively to uphold the human dignity of each and every child and to affirm our shared humanity. As we look at the current situation that children live in, one cannot but feel guilty for action or omission or for our silence, but also frustrated about the inability of our international cooperation and system to prevent wars, to end violence, and to create a world where peace prevails. We are wounded adults trying to heal our children, told me last year a participant from Mexico from one of our workshops on nurturing the spiritual development of children in the early years, a toolkit we developed by a group of members of the consortium led by Arigato International. And this sentence has stayed with me not as a mere reflection of our human suffering, but as a reminder that we have an ethical obligation and responsibility as individuals and in our collective efforts to help create a better world for children, a world where our children will not grow up physically or emotionally wounded, a world where as adults we will not have to deal with the traumas inflicted in our childhoods, a world where children can flourish in safe and positive environments and where they can develop fully in their sense of purpose and meaning in their communities. Education is perhaps the best tool we have at our hands to create that world. But education is not neutral. It can either exacerbate divisions, discrimination, segregation, xenophobia, and hate, or can act as a way to build bridges of trust, learn to respect differences, to reconcile the problems we have with others, to develop critical thinking and ethical awareness. This is why I firmly believe that ethics education is a major missing piece in the transformation of our education today, but also in the midst of our family relationships, life in religious communities, and in society at large. Our work in 2023 has brought us closer to partners and communities in Armenia, Bangladesh, Brazil, Ghana, India, Indonesia, Kenya, Malawi, Mexico, Nepal, Niger, Mauritius, Pakistan, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, and Tanzania as we work together with children, parents, caregivers, educators, as well as with religious communities, religious actors, and with formal education institutions to support and nurture ethical values and the spiritual development of children from the early years through middle childhood to adolescence. These collaborations and learnings with local partners have shown important insights into how violence takes place in the family and in school settings, and into the transformative role that education plays creating the conditions for building positive relationships, strengthening children's spiritual and ethical capacities, and creating empowering experiences where children are not simple receivers, but active agents of positive change. Indeed, children today are not waiting for us to act or making passive demands. They are already creating positive change in their communities, as we have witnessed in several parts of the world where children are challenging bullying, acting as mediators, working with governments to make a difference in their societies through advocacy or programming, creating intergenerational dialogues, and rallying other children to make a difference. As Archibald, a child in Indonesia taking part in one of our ethics education programs, told us in a recent gathering, "The impact I make may be small, but I believe when all students in Indonesia take action to stand against bullying, exclusion, and violence, education in my country will be improved." And I echo Archibald's words as a sign and symbol of hope that children are not just the future, they are the present, and that it is by working with them that we can transform the world in the fullest sense. Thank you for your collaboration during this period. Thank you for all the work we have done together. Together and joining hands in action, we can make the world a better place for children. Thank you.